We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
So it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
I got you. Check.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Bridgewater. The completion, Frank Gore. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now a former Buckeye back home. It's Carlos Hyde. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Watch the slant.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Fire down. 3 down. Watch twist. Shit. Check 9.
Bridgewater now. They go with a screen to Gore. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. This is the tight end fan. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. Back deep is Kadarius Toney. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Alert three.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action here with Dalton. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. To throw here, Dalton. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? So who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Play action now. Bridgewater. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. Not much there, only a yard. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. To the air again with Bridgewater. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, Bridgewater sliding out of the pocket. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it's going to be 2nd down. Bridgewater to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Dalton off play action. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 39 yards there, a big one. Dalton sets up play action. It's caught by Hooper. Touchdown! Austin Hooper. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this are? They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Mike 28. Here I come.
Mike 28.
Here's Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
On the return, it's Tony.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here's 2nd and 10.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check, 47.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Dalton. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless.
Touchdown, Browns! Odell Beckham on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
That's what they want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's Bridgewater. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football.
Check 50.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That catch good for only a couple. Second down and 8. They'll run with Boone here. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. To throw is Bridgewater. They find Randall Cobb with a completion. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick-sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick-sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Bridgewater. This will be caught. Judy. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Bridgewater finding Judy there for the Bronco first. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Bridgewater on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie J.C. Horn. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out and start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. Left side here, that's the tight end Fan. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. First down, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the...
Nice work on the return. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 43-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You got nothing.
On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Powerful running. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Watch the whip. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Fight it.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Check like 47. 93, 52, 93, 44.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. And Dalton to throw. Touchdown! That's caught. Anthony Schwartz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
My 28.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Block. Flush to his right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36.
From the gun, it's locked. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Hey, number 28, Mike.
Block working out of the gun. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. A give. This is Chubb. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Play action now, Dalton. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. To throw it is Locke. Caught by Cobb.
That's right, baby. It's all.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's Locke to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guy. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
We're good.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, here's Locke, eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. They look to throw. It's Locke. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Now Locke, got to have this one. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by the rookie, Greg Newsome. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The They frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Browns, they fall a game under 500 now with 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Denver, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin.